Good afternoon, everybody. I know we are small in numbers, but I'm sure we are bigger in spirit, are we not? So we must make sure that despite our small numbers, that we emulate dynamite. What's that saying? They say, let me test if our PhD people still know these things, because I'm sure after submitting those dissertations, they don't want to touch a single reading material for a couple of days. What do they say about dynamite? Okay, no. They are definitely still here. Goeiemiddag almal. Mense, ons kan verseker beter doen. Goeiemiddag almal. Nikonana, molweni. Okay, dat klink bietjie beter, maar ek dink ons kan nog beter doen, right? So, am I going to celebrate alone, or are you going to celebrate with me? All right, so can we get everybody on their feet? Let's get everybody on their feet if you can, so that we start this graduation ceremony in a way that is befitting, in a way that is proper, and make sure that it is extra special, right? My dad is a leader in church, and we come from a very charismatic church, and charismatic preachers don't want to get to the podium unless the mood has been set. And I remember these words growing up as a kid: I need some Holy Ghost fire in this place. So we're going to have some proper graduation fire in this place, right? Theologians, I'm not trying to make any reference to your faculty here. I am really trying to see if we can get this ceremony absolutely going the way it should. So, ek gaan vir julle vra om met my saam te werk, né? Ek het twee klein versoekies, baie klein versoekies, only two requests. The first one is that there are some chairs over there, and I want you to imagine those chairs as drums, right? And we are going to beat them and bang them as loud as possible. Think about those moments when you submitted that chapter and you thought you've aced it until you saw the feedback. And if it was in the old days where feedback wasn't given virtually on a computer document, your supervisor would have a pen that is the color of your gown, and you would see the feedback on that, right? Remember when you submitted, after you have studied 5-6 nights with no sleep, and you wrote that test and you thought, this is it, I have absolutely gotten a 70 or 80 or 90%, and then you saw the results. Ne? So this is your moment to let it all out. This is your moment to make sure that you celebrate. Family and friends, I've got an even bigger reason for you to celebrate. And you're going to absolutely love this reason. Because now that they are graduates, it means the wallets will be fuller and fatter. No more requests for book money, even though it was never ever for the books, There's, after all, a song that says, Hulle is studente sonder sente. So now you can at least rest assured that your wallets will be fuller a little bit longer. Your grocery cupboards and your refrigerators will look so much nicer from this moment forth. But of course, graduates, we invite you to study for as many more degrees as you like here at Stellenbosch. Right? So we're going to do that. We're going to make some proper noise here. We've got the Faculty of Education graduates here with us and the Faculty of Theology, and we are going to make sure that we celebrate absolutely properly. First request is that we are going to beat those chairs as loud as possible. Please don't break your fingers. Please don't break the chairs. If you have to choose between the two, rather sacrifice the fingers, Leave the chairs. We must be sustainable, and we must have many more graduates sit on the chairs. So, graduations come by every once in a while. So if you have a broken finger because of it, it's a good story to tell. Right. Second request is, the education faculty is all the way down in Reineveld Street, and the theology faculty at least is down the road, but still far enough. And if we're going to be dynamite, that's going to be loud. I'm going to have one request from you. Well, it's a warning as well, very much a request that we are going to have some good, proper noise pollution, right? We're going to make sure that we scream, we shout, and we cry, and we laugh, and we jump up, and we do everything that we can, right? Are you ready for that one? I want you to ululate. I want you to jump up. I want you to roll on the floor. I want you to faint if you have to. We're going to celebrate properly, right? Bafethu lihlosha pa deflate akere bomama nizawulilizela ndithi we're going to make sure. Yes, absolutely. We're going to make sure it's proper, ne? You know that new hip song, sit die ding in die lug, right? So we're going to set our wigs in die lug, right? So I invite you to throw your weaves in the air, gooi jou tande in die lug, right? And we're absolutely just going to celebrate here. Are you ready to celebrate with me? Julle klink nie gereed nie. Is julle gereed om te vier met my? Dis wonderlik. Right. So on the count of 3, celebrating graduates from the Faculty of Education as well as the Faculty of Theology, concluding our 2024 academic year here. If you are as proud of their celebration as I am, then I want you to cheer on me the loudest you absolutely can. Right, so join me in 3, 2, 1, let's go! Wonderful. That's how we started, right? Now I was hoping I was going to hear la, right? So maybe we do it one more time. I was hoping to hear So we do it one more time on 3, 2, 1. Now that's how you start a graduation ceremony, isn't it? Thank you very much. You may be seated. You may be seated. That's how you get this party started. Wonderful stuff. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this absolute last ceremony of our 2024 academic year. It's the last one. I have even more special news for you. This is the last one for our 12th and outgoing rector and vice chancellor, Professor Wim de Villiers. So it's a special ceremony today, right? And we're happy to celebrate here with you. My name is Bantu, and I kindly request your attention as I share a few important pre-ceremony announcements with you before we start with the official proceedings. Namkelekile nonke kulomsitho wothwaliso sidanga wale University yaseStellenbosch. Ayikokuqala komsitho oku ndimanje kukwenza izaziso ezimbalwa phambi kokuba kuqalwe ngokusemthethweni. Enkingo ngokunboleka indlebe zenu. Hartlik welkom aan almal. My ouma het altyd gesê julle lyk spoggerig, julle lyk pragtig, julle lyk poenankies. Man, ons kan sien dat die haarkappers weer ryker is, nê? Na hierdie afgelope paar dae. We know absolutely that the clothing stores have made a killing in profits for their March because you guys look dashing, ravishing. I'm talking walkway style, die fader is in, weaves are weaving, lashes are lashing, nails on flick. Give yourselves a warm round of applause. My naam is Bantu en ek doen graag 'n paar aankondigings voor ons amptelik met die seremonie begin. Baie dankie vir die aandag. The toilet facilities are here behind us, and you can get there by first exiting the hall and then entering from the side. All toilet entrances are clearly marked. We also have medical assistance available behind the stage. If you need help, please do not hesitate to approach any of the ushers. Any lost and found items can be handed in at the information kiosk in front of this venue. If you have lost something, you are welcome to inquire there. In the event of an emergency evacuation of this venue, please proceed calmly to the exit closest to you and congregate on the rugby fields between the Dani Craven Stadium and this hall, and that is to my left-hand side. Please follow the instructions of the safety officer as well as campus security staff. For our Muslim graduates, a prayer room is available that is behind this venue in the Sports Sciences building. You are welcome to make use of this room. And for the last ceremony, for the last time in the 2024 academic year, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the University of Stellenbosch Symphonic Wind Ensemble, conducted by the ever-talented, magnificent Pamela Kierman, and the people that were arguably in the front of the line when vocals were dished out. I know this because when I realized I was in the back of the queue. They are Sashin Johnson and Atule Chula. Please help me in giving them a warm round of applause. Now, as I said, the presiding officer at this ceremony is, for the very last time, very last graduation ceremony, as our outgoing Vice Chancellor and Rector, Professor Wim de Villiers. Now, many of you would know Professor Wim de Villiers has had 10 years of being at the helm of this institution, and so it's absolutely wonderful to have him here tonight to do the last one. Now, Professor Wim de Villiers can absolutely not hear me right now, so I thought for the very last time I'm going to try and do something completely unexpected. You would know that many a time during his term, we were sometimes confronted with every once in a while an unexpected front page and a headline, right? So, here's my request to you. What's going to happen is the procession is going to walk in, the band will play as the procession walks in, and then they will be quiet. As the presiding officer, Professor Wim de Villiers will invite you to sing the national anthem. I want us to do something a little bit different. The minute the band is done playing the song for the academic session, I want us to catch him a little bit off guard. I want us, in the very same fashion we've done now, when we cheered, I want us to ululate, I want us to jump, I want us to cheer, and just give him a warm round of applause in appreciation for the 10 years that he has given us at the helm of the institution as the 12th Vice Chancellor and Rector. Do I have your agreement with that one? Wonderful. So he doesn't expect it. It's completely off script. It's completely off program. Probably means we'll start the graduation ceremony a little bit later than anticipated. But I mean, it's the last one, right? So we're going to do that. After the entire procession is up on the stage, he's going to think that it's his chance to speak, but we are going to just take him by surprise. Right? Wonderful stuff. Now, graduates, a former president used to say, listen carefully. When we get to the awarding of degrees, please walk up to the dean and hand your announcement card to the official. Then, after your name has been read, take your announcement card back, and then walk to the presiding officer, bow, and then allow the hooding by the registrar or the deputy registrar. Turn around for acknowledgement by the audience before you proceed to the end of the stage. I know you are incredibly smart people, but in big moments like this, nerves will always show you off. So we wanted to make sure that you set no foot wrong here today. We've got some red tape all over the stage, little red tape. Look for it. The first red line is where you start queuing. And then when it's time for you to have your big moment, the dean will be behind the stage. You come to the red line just in front of the podium. You hand your announcement card to the dean. The dean will read your name and your family will probably ululate and cheer. And then you take your announcement card back. You make your way to the X marks the spot where the presiding officer will be, and then you bow. Now I can see that you've got some beautiful long locks of hair here. So here's a golden tip. When you bow, the photographers over there will be taking a photo of that moment as you are capped. So please make sure that you tuck your hair behind your left ear, right? And when you're done with that, you proceed to where the registrar is, and then the audience, you face them, and that's when we're going to be at right? And then you make your way to the end of the stage. Members of the audience, you are welcome to take as many photographs as you want, but we ask that you please switch off your sound and your flash, and that you keep your phones on silent for the duration of the ceremony. Each and every graduate deserves their big moment. Therefore, we request that you do not leave the hall before the whole ceremony has been concluded. And at the end of the graduation, once the procession has left, we respectfully request that you exit the hall as soon as possible so that the cleaning team can come in and they can clean up for the evening. Please take along any waste items such as water bottles, tissues, etc., and dispose of these safely in the bins outside. The official photographers have set up a studio in the sports science building behind this hall. That is to my right-hand side, behind this venue. Graduates and their family and friends are welcome to make use of this official photography service. Also be on the lookout for the Marty Shop mobile unit for purchasing Stellenbosch University branded items to remind you of the successful academic journey that we are celebrating here today. If you are in the Gauteng region, Varsity Cup on Monday is Marty's versus Wits. So you absolutely have to buy as many maroon clothes as possible so that it looks like our home game, because we're absolutely going to trash Wits, right? But other than that, if you still shout and scream for Wits on Monday, you must check your loyalties, because there's altyd lente. Right. And at the end of the ceremony, we invite you to the Alumni Clubhouse at the Star to celebrate your achievements with a glass of bubbly. That is next to the Dani Craven Stadium, and that is to my left-hand side. We invite you for the alumni toast. All graduates are reminded that a graduation destination survey has been sent out for you to complete, so please check your inboxes, and then when you have time, please complete the survey for us. Here's a piece of good news. This ceremony can be followed via live streaming from anywhere in the world. In case you are not aware of this, you can share the following web address with your family and friends, and they can join in live from this moment. That website is www.sun.ac.za/streaming. Ons is bykans gereed om in die plegtigheid te begin. Julle weet wat ons ooreenkoms is, nee. Wonderlik. Ons vra dan nou dat jy sal opstaan vir die akademiese prosessie en sal bly staan tot nadat ons die nasionale lied gesing het. Lixesha lokuba kuqalwe ngomsitho. Sicela wonke umuntu aphakame ngexesha kungena isithwalandwe eholweni. Sime njalo ukuze kuculwe umhobe wesizwe. Distinguished guests, graduates and friends, remember our agreement? The moment of truth has arrived. We are happy to celebrate with you. We are going to be throwing our wigs in the air, and we are going to be rolling and dancing and shouting and ululating with you. The moment of truth has arrived. Please stand for the academic procession and remain standing until after we have sung the national anthem. Thank you very much, and do enjoy.
Nice, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. We will begin the proceedings by singing the South African National Anthem. Middag aan julle almal, ons begin die verrigtinge deur Suid-Afrika se nasionale lied te sing. Thank you. You may be seated. U mag my plekke inneem. So you've been entertained by the musicians beforehand. Please give them a hand of applause. And they are the Stellenbosch University Symphonic Wind Ensemble, conducted by Pamela Kierman, and vocalist Sasha Johnson for that stirring rendition of the national anthem. Give them another round of applause. Hiermee verklaar ek hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit Stellenbosch behoorlik gekonstitueer. I hereby declare this congregation of Stellenbosch University duly constituted. At the start of this graduation ceremony, we as the academic community, parents, partners, family and friends are deeply grateful for the privilege to be here today to celebrate our graduate success. And to this end, I invite you all to remain seated while we observe a devotional moment, granting each other the space to do so, according to our various secular and religious perspectives. Ek nooi u daarom uit om net so te bly sit, terwyl ons vir 'n gewyde oomblik stil word, elkeen in ons eie ruimte van verskillende sekulêre en godsdienstige lewensbeskouings. Baie dankie. Thank you. Nkosi kakhulu. So good afternoon again, everyone. A very warm welcome to the very last of 11 physical graduation ceremonies this week in Kutsenberg Center, which brings our academic year 2024 to a close. I'm sure you'll enjoy the proceedings. Ek is seker u sal die verrigtinge geniet. We extend a very warm welcome also to the Chair of Council, Nikki Newton-King, and other council members, Dr. Louise van der Reyn, and the student representative on council, Ms. Waki Bolotina, and some other SRC representatives as well, Sihle Zelamzi. And then we extend a warm welcome to our generous funders. We sincerely thank you for your invaluable contributions to the success of our students. We also have online guests who have joined the proceedings via live streaming over the internet. So I'm Wim de Villiers, the Rector and Vice Chancellor. Others here on stage with me are our Chief Operating Officer, Professor Stan du Plessis, Professor Nico Koopman, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Social Impact, Transformation and Personnel, and the Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Strategy, Global and Corporate Affairs, Professor Sam Chechler, the Registrar, Dr. Ronel Retief, who is responsible for the academic administration of the university, several Deputy Registrars, and then the Deans who will also officiate at this meeting, at this graduation assembly, is Professor Mabulu Madiba, being the Faculty of Education's Dean. Give him a shout out. And will that be topped by Dean of Theology, Professor Reginell? Should we start a competition? We also have deans from the faculties of Engineering, Economic and Management Sciences, Science and Military Science, and including the directors from the Stellenbosch Business School, the School for Climate Studies, and the School for Data Science and Computational Thinking. At Stellenbosch University, we believe that multilingualism is an asset, and to that end, I request Dr. Ntuzake Tlazula to direct a few words of welcome in isiXhosa.
Kubo bonke abantu abakhoyo kulo msitho wothweso zidanga namhlanje sithi namkelekile kwizithwalandwe eziza kuthweswa izidanga kulo msitho sithi kunichusi kwizihlobo nabahlobo namaqabane abo sithi enkosi ngenkxaso kuni nonke sithi namkelekile.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tlazula. It is an immense honor for me to stand before you today, presiding over this momentous occasion. It is a big deal. It's a big deal to graduate, because graduation is not just an academic milestone. It is a celebration of dedication, perseverance, and excellence. Congratulations to you all. And for me personally, this is a bittersweet moment, as this is my very, very last graduation ceremony at which I preside over as Rector and Vice Chancellor. As my tenure comes to an end this month, I reflect with deep pride on a decade during which Stellenbosch University has conferred over 90,000 qualifications. And I'm so grateful to our students and our academics and our staff who have enabled this, a remarkable achievement. And this year, in the academic year 2024, we are reaching new heights again across the 10 faculties for the entire university. So the academic year includes both the December 2024 and the March 2025 graduates. 9,350 qualifications are being awarded, which is a record-breaking number. And for this graduation season alone, we are awarding 3,316 degrees. This afternoon, we're celebrating the achievements of two remarkable faculties, the Faculty of Education and the Faculty of Theology. From the Faculty of Education, we have an impressive 527 graduates, 253 at the undergraduate level and 274 at the postgraduate level. Education is the foundation of society, and as teachers, researchers, and leaders, you have the power to shape the minds and hearts of future generations. In fact, you hold the responsibility of preparing the world's future. Your work is vital, now more than ever, so congratulations. And from the Faculty of Theology, we celebrate 139 graduates, the largest graduating class this faculty has ever seen. Well done. To our theology graduates, you are stepping into a vocation that is both profound and demanding. It's much more than a study of faith. It is a pursuit of meaning, justice, and reconciliation in a world that desperately needs us. The world needs leaders who will stand up for justice, speak truth to power, and foster peace where there is division. We need faith leaders who are willing to challenge injustices and stand firm in their convictions. So well done on this extraordinary milestone. Well done to both faculty's graduates. We are so incredibly proud of you and confident, absolutely confident that you will continue to make a difference, one student, one classroom, one community at a time. So go forth with conviction, compassion, and the courage to lead. Congratulations. Ek sal nou aan die data wat aan my voorgestel word, die onderskeie kwalifikasies verleen. I will now confer on the candidates who are presented to me the respective qualifications.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer on the candidates whom I will present to you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Education. The supervisor consent will give a brief outline of the dissertation. Elizabeth Martha Flashman with dissertation, or just read in English, subject-specific literacy in the teaching of the school subject, mathematical literacy in the FET phase, and ethnographic investigation. The supervisor is Professor Johan Anker, and he will comment.
Meneer de vice-kanselier, hierdie studie ondersoek die belang van vakgerigte geletterdheid in wiskundige geletterdheid en beklemtoon die gebrek aan riglyne vir die onderrig van vakgerigte geletterdheid in die KABV-dokument. Leerders moet die unieke geletterdheidsvereistes van wiskundige geletterdheid bemeester, wat dikwels lewenswerklike scenario's in gevarieerde teksvorm behels. Die navorsing gebruik gefokuste etnografie as strategie om die metakognitiewe prosesse van wiskundige geletterdheid kennis te bestudeer en toon dat daar weinig bewustheid van die leesbegripproses bestaan. Riglyne vir die integrasie van vakgerigte geletterdheid in die onderrig sluit in beleidsbewustheid, kennisskepping, onderwyseropleiding en onderrig deur eksplisiete modellering en refleksie. Meneer die vice-kanselier, ek versoek u om die doktorsgraad en begeerte aan Elma Fleischman toe te ken.
Martha Namupala with dissertation Implementation of the Namibian Senior Secondary Certificate Ordinary Level Curriculum in Ohangwena region. Lived experiences of English second language teachers. Supervision provided by Dr. Mary-Louise Potter.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, the study explored English second language teachers' experiences in implementing the recently reformed curriculum in Namibia's Ohangwena region using Pioneer's method of Rere and Ihoki's multiplicity model. While some experiences were positive, challenges hindered this implementation. The study thus recommends bottom-up approaches where it incorporates teachers' voices and also further research in socio-economic factors to align policy with classroom realities. I request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Martha Namupala.
Jane Patricia Rousseau with dissertation Conversation about Sexuality in LGBTQ+, headed Home Environments. Supervision provided by Professor Anthony Brown, but Dr. Carmelita Jacobs will read the short declaration.
Vice-Chancellor, this study explores how LGBTQ+ parents in South Africa discuss sexuality with their children, using qualitative case studies and informed by queer and family communication theories. Findings highlight the complexities of these conversations, including heteronormative influences, identity navigation, and the need for culturally responsive support. The study proposes a communication model for LGBTQ+ families. Vice-Chancellor, I request that you confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Jane Rousseau.
Tanya Hanley Waite with dissertation exploring relations between self-directed learning and epistemological beliefs of mathematics education student. Supervision provided by Dr. Erna Lampen.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, this interpretive mixed method study examines the relationship between the personal epistemologies and self-directedness in learning of 100 primary mathematics education students at a South African university. Sophisticated personal epistemologies relate to high levels of self-directedness in learning and strong academic performance. The descriptive analysis was also triangulated by classroom observations of teaching. The results suggest differences between reported and enacted beliefs. Students who enact sophisticated personal epistemology in their teaching tends to encourage their learners to direct their own learning. Students who are naive in their enactment of epistemological beliefs tend not to encourage learners to self-direct their learning. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree on Tanya Hanley Waite.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer on the candidates whom I'll present to you the degree Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Theology. The supervisor concerned will give a brief outline of the dissertation. Meneer die Vice-Kanselier, Ek versoek u om die graad dokter in die wysbegeerte in die fakulteit teologie aan die kandidaate wat ek aan u voorstel te verleen. Die betrokke promotor sal telkens 'n kort verklaring oor die proefskrif doen. Joel Brown, with dissertation Conceptualizing Headship and Embodiment in Ephesians, a cognitive linguistic approach to contexts and construal and constructed meaning. Professor Jeremy Punt will read a short declaration on behalf of the supervisor, Dr. Pieter Nagel.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, conceptual metaphor and integration theories have received and renewed metaphor research, essential for creativity, especially in reading scriptures. Cognitive linguistic analyses of Ephesians show the universal church as a body with Christ as its head, emphasizing divine headship, embodiment, and the body's role in self-awareness and spirituality and cognition. A hermeneutic of realization views the body as a creative gift, not a claustrophobic prison. I request you, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, to confer the degree on Joel Brown.
Sheol Valine Davis, with dissertation Interrogating Female Leadership, Miriam, Numbers 12, Jael, Judges 4, and Jezebel, Kings 16, in conversation with Winnie Madikizela Mandela in the film Long Walk to Freedom. The supervision was provided by Professor Juliana Claessens.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, employing a post-colonial feminist framework, this study brings into conversation the portrayal of Winnie Madikizela Mandela in the film Long Walk to Freedom with Miriam, Jael, and Jezebel in the Hebrew Bible. As products of patriarchal and imperial contexts, this study asserts that women have not always been recognized for their pivotal leadership roles, hence inviting ongoing reflection on the reception of women leadership in biblical literature as well as contemporary society, including also the church and higher education. I request you to confer the degree of a PhD in Old Testament on Sheol Valine Davis Esterhuizen.
Werner Loots, with dissertation, The Presencing of God in Human Frailty, towards a praxis pietatis of imperfection in the quest for spiritual wholeness. The supervision was provided by Professor Christo Tesnaar, but in his absence, Dr. David Maton will read the commendation.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, this study examines the ministerial well-being of pastors in evangelical denominations in South Africa, situated within the post-apartheid context. Employing a theoretical and qualitative empirical approach, the study highlights the complex interplay between spiritual resilience, emotional health, and societal factors that affect pastors' well-being. It performs an interdisciplinary analysis integrating theological, psychological, and sociocultural perspective. This study advocates for a practical, holistic, and multifaceted pastoral approach that transforms pastoral training and denominational structures to prioritize ministerial well-being. Recommendations are provided for evangelical denominations, practitioners, and the field of practical theology in South Africa. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy to Werner Loots.
Caroline Matsapa, with dissertation, A Reception, Critical Reading of Mark 2, 1 to 12, in the context of the Apostolic Faith Mission in Zimbabwe's Disabled Theology. The supervision was provided by Dr. Peter Nagel, but in his absence, Professor Marius Nel will read the commendation.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, this study examines disability, healing, and miracles in Zimbabwean Pentecostal churches, particularly the Apostolic Faith Mission, through a reception, critical, exegetical lens. It highlights tensions between Mark 2, 1 to 12 and contemporary miracle healing theologies, revealing systemic exclusion, advocating theological and structural reforms. It calls for a more inclusive, compassionate approach to disability theology. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request that you confer the degree, PhD in New Testament, on Caroline Matsapa.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, Kamogelo Monoametsi, with a dissertation, The Effects of Tribalism and Ethnicity on the Raising of Missional Christian Communities in the Methodist Church of Southern Africa, a case study of Durban Central and Pretoria Central Metropoles. The supervision was provided by Professor Peter White.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, this study examines how tribal and ethnic dynamics cause exclusion and inequality in leadership, worship, and ministry practices of the Methodist Church of Southern Africa. Utilizing a missional and Wesleyan theological framework, the research focuses on two congregations in Pretoria Central and Durban Central metropoles. Through qualitative data from electronic questionnaire, key themes such as exclusionary practices, language barrier, ethnic domination in leadership are identified. The study proposes transforming traditional systems can promote multilingual, intercultural, multi-ethnic congregations, ultimately fostering unity, equality, and reconciliation in the Methodist Church of South Africa. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Missiology on Kamogelo Monoametsi.
Eben Jacques Philip Maurice, with dissertation, Perceptions of the Role of Christian Spiritual Care in the Rehabilitation of Incarcerated Youth in Correctional Service Environment, an overview of the Havukwa Correctional Center. The supervision is provided by Professor Chantal Merle-Weber.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, This study investigates the perceptions of the role of Christian spiritual care in the rehabilitation of incarcerated youth at Havakwa Correctional Center. It concludes that spiritual care is essential for holistic rehabilitation towards a transformative approach that meets incarcerated youth's spiritual, moral, and emotional needs. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Practical Theology on Ibn Jacques Philip Maurice.
Dennis Onzima Ruhama with dissertation Exploring Holistic Transformation Theology in the Anglican Church of Uganda, a case study of 3 dioceses. The supervision was provided by Professor Nadine Francis Powers de Tooy.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, this study explores whether holistic transformation theology, or HTT, as a Christian framework which upholds the notion that the church should engage with both the physical and spiritual needs of communities, is implemented by congregations within the Anglican Church of Uganda. The study finds congregations could better engage with regards to socio-economic transformation and makes incisive recommendations in this regard. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Practical Theology on Dennis Onzima Ruhama.
Vice Chancellor, I request you to confer the following qualifications in the Faculty of Education: Master of Philosophy, Gerrit Cranford, cum laude. Genevieve Dory, cum laude. Kathleen Eagle, cum laude. Colette Celine Jaggers. Carla van der Linde. André Bosch. Chanel Daniels. Nikki Debray. Lucretia De Vries. Paul John Mayers. Paul John will be hooded by his mother, Professor Pat Mayers. Cum laude. Siboniso Talent Nkoboti. Pililem Charlie. Powerman Mvukwe. Lala Hilda Schroeder, cum laude. Ruth Kambashele Tuyoleni. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received Bachelor of Education honors in Foundation Phase Teaching. Inati Martini. Noneva Nontina. Nonina. Bachelor of Education honors in Curriculum Studies Inquiry. Jason Peter Atchison, cum laude. Bachelor of Education honors in Language Education. Helen Amagano Ndaitilangi Engila. Annelisa Bubele Nselelo Hlongwane. Chloe May Lopsha. May Lopsha. Okay. Cum laude. Keegan Chad Mahraf. Sareta Sonia Mouton will be hooded by her husband, Dr. David Mouton. Atekosi Sinlaw. Margaret Amy Vivia, cum laude. Melissa Wainwright, cum laude. Ainsley Wilson, cum laude. Michaela Winfogel. Postgraduate certificate in education, in further education and training, teaching. Luyanda Lutando Khadebe. Oh, cum laude. Eske Walkback. Rutendo Lishi. Yasin Mash. Tabo Johnson Matsava. Koliwe Cynthia Mbanyane, cum laude. Liabona Nkina, cum laude. Lisa Flock, cum laude. Bachelor of Education in Intermediate Phase Teaching. Elsie Du Pisani. Advanced Diploma in Education in Senior Phase Mathematics Teaching, Pemezi Bunzu Ndlovu. Cum laude. This is Master of Theology. This is Master of Theology. Yeah. Well done. Okay.
Visiekanselier, ek besoek u om die volgende grade en diplomas in die fakulteit Theologie te verleen. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the following qualifications in the Faculty of Theology. Master of Theology, Magister in die Theologie. Madre Arendse. George Ari, cum laude. Kendall Adelaide Byrne Ross, cum laude. Petrus Johannes Pier de Villiers, cum laude. Glenda Fredericks. Adrian Hilton Gordon. Mogetwa, Boipelu, Atlegang, Kekana, cum laude. Patrick Lucky Kunene. Youngju Lee, cum laude. Koliswa Priti Limana. Mignon Jorge Mol, cum laude. Eigenlijk. David Pogisu Molo. Sanele Howard Nkobeni. Msawe Nkosi Nchongwana. Nyameka Patience Pumeza Sonti. Pieter Emilius Streicher, cum laude. The postgraduate diploma in theology, nagraadse diploma in theologie. Dongju An. John David Christoffels. Aiden Lucian Fletcher. Angel Bernice Heisamen. Gerald Kistoor. Peter Bernard Lambert. Gerald Jerome Marman. Abongile Dorothy Maginina Ndane. Bianca Mare. Sisamkele Mili. Willingmore Mhlanga, cum laude. Sanele Mokwena. Yes. Carol Betoers. Carol. Zamile Sangu. Hilton Smith. Cecile Christine Stein. Mzomsle Donges Chala. Gavin van der Oefen. The degree Bachelor of Theology, Bachelors in Theologie. Dionne Kaili Boer, cum laude. Wilton Ganjana. Robin Lee Norma Jarrett. Edlin Roseanne Julies. Edwina Julies. Anesipo Makwenkwe. Anele Odwa Mbonsi. Scott Matthew Patterson. Jandre Kurt Rose. Benjamin David Smith. Meneer de visiekanselier, die laaste graad wat u toeken as visiekanselier hier by die universiteit is die Baccalaureus Divinitatis, the Bachelor of Divinity. Die kandidaat is Dian Du Plessis and he will be hooded by his uncle, Professor Lambert Engelbrecht.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, the theologians keep you busy. Another request, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the respective qualifications on those candidates whose names have been presented to you but who could not attend in their absence.
Ek verleen die onderskeie kwalifikasies aan die kandidaate in hulle afwesigheid. I confer the respective qualifications on the candidates in their absence. Wow, what an achievement. Let's raise the roof, come on. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask Professor Stan Du Plessis to stand. So today, with a heavy heart, I bid farewell to not just a remarkable colleague, but also to a dear friend. It's both an honor and a deeply personal moment to acknowledge the immense contributions of Professor Stan Du Plessis, our Chief Operating Officer, whose departure in May 2025 will leave a void that will be hard to fill. His impact on Stellenbosch University has been nothing short of extraordinary, and saying goodbye is far more difficult than words can express. I've had the pleasure of working closely with Prof. Du Plessis for nearly a decade, and in that time, I've come to know him as a leader who brings rigor, resolve, and integrity to everything he does. A distinguished economist by training and a true institutional strategist by nature, Stan brought an exceptional blend of academic insight and executive capability to this role. So under his leadership as COO, Stellenbosch University has become financially stronger, more resilient, and more future-focused. And our budget was not only well managed, it was strategically directed to support growth, research excellence, and transformation. And he had an eye on the horizon and ensured that we were always planning beyond the moment. He played a central role in delivering some of Stellenbosch University's largest infrastructure projects, including the Biomedical Research Institute and the Campus Renewal Project, investments that will serve this university community for many years to come. He was also the driving force behind Innovus, our hub for innovation and technology transfer. And under his guidance, it became a nationally respected platform that champions entrepreneurship, commercialization, and impact-driven innovation. His leadership has enabled Stellenbosch to be not only a space of academic excellence, but of real-world change. But beyond all of this, I want to say this. Stan is a colleague you could rely on for thoughtful counsel, for steady leadership in tough moments, and for unwavering commitment to the greater good of the institution. As our new Chancellor, Governor of the Reserve Bank, Lesetja Kganyago, indicated last night, he has 60 million advisors and then Stan. So my appreciation also stands for your very, very good and sense of humor. And on behalf of the university and the rectorate and the council and the wider SU community, thank you so much for your service, your opinions, whether solicited or not, and your deep sense of purpose. But you have made Stellenbosch better structurally, financially, operationally. And as you prepare to take your next steps, know that your legacy here is secure. Speaking as someone who is also nearing the end of a chapter, I can say with complete certainty it has been an absolute honor to lead alongside you. Thank you, Stan. On behalf of the university, the registrar, Dr. Retief, will present a small token of appreciation.
Prof. de Villiers, would you remain standing? I mean, you know, it has to have some power sometimes. So I want to thank my colleagues on council, the members of the rectorate, the deans, the graduates, the supporters of the graduates today, students, distinguished guests, and colleagues. Good evening. It is a privilege to stand before you today on behalf of the Stellenbosch University Council and the broader institution to honor our Rector and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Wim de Villiers, a leader whose contributions over the past decade have left an indelible mark on this institution and who concludes his second and final term as Rector and Vice-Chancellor in a few short days, in fact, on Monday next week. Graduation is a time of celebration, transition, and hope. It is therefore fitting that we take this moment today to reflect on the impact of a person who has steered our special institution through one of the most significant and at times challenging periods in its history. Prof. Wim took on leadership of this institution in 2015 at a time of change and contestation, both within higher education and in broader national context. His tenure, like those of all leaders of complex institutions, has not been without its moments of pain and noise. It has spanned student funding challenges and protests, profound discussions on language and inclusion. It has spanned national reckonings, a global pandemic, and moments of difficult self-reflection within our institution. Through these all, Prof. Wim has led with steadiness and compassion and courage. Under his leadership, our university has not only solidified its position as a globally competitive, research-intensive university, but we have also seen the opening of world-class facilities such as the BMRI on our Tygerberg campus and the Jan Mouton Learning Center, to name just two. We've expanded our global footprint, forged expanded strategic partnerships, grown our research capacity, and under Wim's friendship, raised over 3 billion rand in philanthropic funding from our generous donors, much of which goes to support our students. But perhaps most importantly, Prof. Wim has remained steadfast in his commitment to the centrality of the university's academic project, where excellence, transformation, inclusivity, and access are at the heart of the university's future. In Prof. Wim's words, the main thing about the main thing is the main thing. And to our graduates, Prof. Wim's legacy is now part of the foundation you take forward into the world. As you begin your own journeys, whether in business, in science, the arts, or public service, let this be your inspiration. That leadership is not about avoiding storms, it's about how you navigate them. That impact is not measured in accolades, but in how you touch the lives of those with whom you interact. That excellence without inclusion is incomplete. Prof. Wim, Stellenbosch University is stronger today because of your vision, your resilience, your profound belief in this institution's ability to serve both South Africa and the world. As Council, we thank you for your decade of service. And as an alumna of this university myself, I thank you for leading the institution that helped shape us both with such clarity, with such courage, with heart and commitment. We wish you and Catherine all the best for the next chapter ahead. I hope we are able to reflect on a legacy that is a wonderful base for the next stage of the university's journey. Your legacy is going to be reflected in the 90,000 graduates over your tenure and in the future of our special institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in expressing our heartfelt appreciation to Prof. de Villiers.
Goodness gracious, that was most unexpected, but thank you so much for those very kind words, Nikki. Much, much appreciated. Thank you all so very much. But let's get back to the important people. And those are the graduates. Congratulations once again to you all. Well done. Well done. We're very, very proud of you all and of all the graduates of the academic year 2024, as I said, more than 9,350. A rich diversity of different disciplines and people who all make our lives so much better. So thank you so much to all of you. And please stay connected to us. We have, and I'm sure you would want to come back to Stellenbosch because it's a great place to be. It's a world-class research-intensive university. Come back to us. We have an alumni and a homecoming event the second weekend of every September. So please stay in touch also to our many alumni hubs all across the world. We have 48 alumni hubs across the world, 14 or 15 in South Africa. And the others range from Windhoek to Harare to Nairobi, from Dublin to Tokyo, from Dubai to San Francisco. So wherever one meets Stellenbosch University alum, wherever we meet parties, and I've met so many of them over the past decade, I cannot but be so impressed with the immense contribution that they make to society. Ek kan nie anders as om so beïndruk te wees deur die bydrae wat hulle lewer nie. But for now, it's celebration time. So, I invite you over to our alumni clubhouse at die stal after this ceremony to celebrate. It's next to the Dani Craven Stadium on my left-hand side, to celebrate your achievements with a glass of bubbly. or juice, but bubbly. Well done, well done. But very importantly, I want to congratulate the parents and the spouses and the family and friends. We had some wonderful celebration during the course of this ceremony with the achievement of your loved one and the support that you provided over many years. And I'm sure it wasn't always easy. Sweat, blood, tears. So I think it'll be most appropriate for our graduates to also rise up and to acknowledge their support with a hearty round of applause. And this is the very last time that I'll be able to say the following. Ons het nou die einde van die verrigtinge bereik en ek verklaar hierdie kongregasie van die Universiteit Stellenbosch geslote. We've now reached the end of the proceedings and I declare this congregation of Stellenbosch University closed. Please rise and remain standing while the academic procession leaves the stage.